Hi, welcome back to another one of my videos, Reddit with Bree. Um, my name is Bree, short for Brianna, and this is my second video on my new channel. So let's get into it. I have 3 stories today. Let's just get into it. So the first one, they're all Am I the A-holes? So the first one is, am I the a-hole for accidentally feeding my Muslim friend pork and not telling her? Am I the a-hole for accidentally feeding my Muslim friend pork and not telling her? Repost because it's original. AI. Am I the a-hole subreddit? One of I'm not sure what that means. Oh, okay. It down. I regularly make extra portions for my school lunch so I can share it. So I can share with my friends since our school lunch totally sucks anyways. I have never really had to worry about her dietary restrictions because I don't really ever eat pork anyways. But I made lunch one day and I wasn't really thinking hard about it since my mom told me to get rid of the wontons in our fridge before they went bad, so I decided I would bring them for lunch the next day. My mom usually makes a special type of wonton where it's kind of just vegetables and shrimp, and my friend has tried these ones before since we brought them to school before. When she tried them, she said they were good and asked where they were, so I just said the usual ones my mom makes, to which she replied saying something along the lines of, weird, they taste different. And I reply saying that I probably added too much white vinegar or white pepper into the soup base. When I got home, I was talking with my mom and asked her if she changed her recipe, and she said that she made pork ones this time, and my heart instantly drops because I know Muslims aren't allowed to eat pork. I was really overthinking this and kept researching on the punishments for eating pork as a Muslim. And it's relatively fine if you don't know about it. And repent for a lack of better terms to Allah. But I just can't bring myself to tell her because I'm honestly really bad with confrontation or directly confronting things in general, unfortunately. Now, this is the part where I feel like I am definitely the a-hole because it's been almost 2 weeks since then, and the guilt has been eating me alive. But I don't know if it's been too much time since then to tell her, and I really don't know if I should. So I guess I'm kind of asking if I'm the a-hole because I did feed her the pork unbeknownst to her, and also just asking for advice since I don't know how to go from here on out. Edit. A lot of people are fearing the consequences of me telling her, and I do want to preface, she is a relatively introverted person who's more carefree than dramatic, so I don't think she would be mad, but I don't know. I've never really did something bad religion related like this is, so edit 2. There's a lot of edits. I'll just summarize them. I've really thoroughly gone through all the comments, and it's definitely made me realize she can't really repent if she didn't even really know it happened. So I'll try to muster up the courage and tell her about it. I do also semi-agree with people saying it already happened. I shouldn't really tell her just in case it messes stuff up, but I think the moral side of me is just beating me up too much over this for me to keep going on ignoring it and playing it off. Edit 3. Okay, the comments are kind of making me second guess myself because they have a good point about my confession doing more harm than good, so I don't really know anymore. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. If I were her, I would have. When I found out it was pork, I probably would have told her from the get-go. This one's a hard one. It's really a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because, you want to tell her it was pork, even if you found out, I don't know, what'd she say? Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Like 2 weeks later, when she found out it was pork, she still could have told her, but I think the punishment would have been less severe for her. I think. I don't know her home situation, and I don't know if they're underage or in college, so that's something that needs to be cleared up. I'm thinking they're underage because she kept using mom once or twice, maybe one time. I don't know. I have bad recall. Okay, next story. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I lost it. Okay, home. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay, this is, am I the a-hole for refusing to clean up after a wedding? I don't think if you're a guest, you're not supposed to clean up after a wedding. Unless you're staff, then you are. I was recently a groomsman. Okay, so yeah, you're part of the wedding party. At a destination wedding. First, I want to say I still love the couple, have no hard feelings, and overall had a great time. I'm just curious how others would view the situation. We were asked to be groomsmen about 5 months ago. I hosted this 4-day bachelor party at a family lake house where everyone flew in from out of state. I covered the groom's food, and there were no lodging or entertainment costs. I can't speak. The wedding was at a country club. My wife and I spent over $3,000 between. That's a lot. No, it was a destination wedding. Between flights, rental car, outfits, lodging, golf, gifts, and other expenses. That's a lot. It required a 5-hour flight and a 3-hour drive. Oh, that's a long flight and long drive. We were told to arrive Thursday because the Airbnb and there were weekend activities planned. The groom didn't arrive until 11:30 p.m., so everyone just, oh my gosh, I got to insult, just sat around. The Airbnb had no AC and was 82 inside. That's hot. 2 days before the wedding, we got a text saying the groomsmen were expected to set up the reception at 10 a.m. on the wedding day. We helped, but it meant carrying roughly 200-pound tables, 160 chairs. That's a big wedding guest list. The groom stayed back at the Airbnb, which I understand, but I couldn't help wondering why a $30K plus wedding didn't hire the rental company to do setup. You finished around 11:30 a.m., had no lunch, and only an hour to get ready for photos. I think they'd be like sweaty. From all that lifting heavy stuff. For photos, we asked who was I felt bad afterwards. Also come from a culture where the wedding party are treated as honored guests, not unpaid labor. If we'd been told up front that setup and tear down were expected, then that would be fine, or I would even help pay for the cleanup crew. These guys don't have kids or wives, so maybe I'd be more flexible in different life stage. I'll see the groom in a couple of months, and I expect everything will be fine. I'm wondering whether my behavior was unreasonable, and what you would have done. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you said you were drunk and you didn't want to lift 200-pound tables and that you had kids at home, a pregnant wife, you're drunk, and you had an early flight, and you didn't want to get hurt carrying 200-pound tables. Those are valid reasons for not wanting to clean up. I'd say you're not the asshole. Just saying. And the fact that the groomsmen party, whatever, I've only been to one wedding in my life, so I'm not really good with like terms or anything. So yeah, not the a-hole. I haven't even been reading the comments. Let's see what the comments have to say. The first one, not the a-hole asking your wedding party to do heavy setup and tear around after they spent thousands to attend isn't reasonable. Refusing while drunk and with a pregnant wife, called it to get home and wasn't the problem. Poor planning was. I think it's okay to ask for help with stuff like that, but you do it far in advance and allow for people to say no. Guilting people into something that day off is the asshole move here. Edit, also, this is weird for an expensive destination wedding. This feels like something you do for an expensive backyard ceremony. Yeah. I'm sorry for this destination wedding. The setup and tear down should have been included, or the bride and groom skimped on paying for this. Oh my gosh, I'm coughing so much. I feel like I have something stuck in my throat. I would have done it exactly what OP did. Walk the fuck out. Sorry. Knocked the F out and paid $3,000. I paid $3,000 to be there. I am not doing manual labor ahead of something I have taken presumed vacation time and spent that amount of money. Okay, last one. Am I the a-hole for taking my friend's no at face value instead of insisting? I, 25 male, have a close friend, 24 female, who's been dealing with a lot of stress lately. Nothing life-threatening, but enough that she's been skipping meals, isolating herself, and generally not taking care of herself. One evening, we were hanging out, and I noticed that she hadn't eaten all day. I offered to order food for her. She said, "I'm not hungry." I asked again a few minutes later because I knew she hadn't eaten. Same answer. So I dropped it. Later that night, she texted me saying she was upset. She said I should have known she didn't actually mean no, and that her and that a real friend would have insisted. Ordered food anyway, or at least kept trying because she was clearly struggling. I told her I cared about her, but I also believe adults should be able to say what they mean if someone tells them no twice. I'm going to respect that answer. I don't think it's my place to override someone's decision just because I think I know better. She argued that when people are emotionally overwhelmed, they sometimes need someone to push through their resistance. I said that expecting people to read your mind isn't fair. If you want help, tell me. I'll gladly help, but I can't guess which no actually means yes. Now, a few mutual friends think I was too detached, that I should have recognized she needed support, even if she wasn't asking for it. Am I the a-hole for respecting what she said instead of insisting? Not the a-hole. Adults use their words. Your friend is acting like a child. She also is trying to manipulate you. She's setting OP up for failure. If someone repeatedly tells you they don't want food, respecting their explicit answer is the most reasonable thing an adult can do. She said she didn't want tea, and then was upset that OP didn't force her to drink tea. And if he got food, she would later complain he didn't listen, and she ate it all, of course. Or she would be upset because she didn't like the food that was ordered. Okay. Well, that's it for today. So stay tuned for the next one, and have a great day. Bye.